Today, me and Mom went to BTB's for Austin's birthday party, during which I got these house-made potato skins with goat cheese in them, as it was one of the December food specials, along with the grilled cheese cheeseburger I got earlier. I got these potato skins so I would have something to eat for later. I microwaved these for something pretty close to 2 minutes. I believe it was 1 minute and 40 seconds. During the karaoke birthday party, I sang 2 songs. The first one was something new, The Only Exception by Paramore, which is a song I first heard about years ago on YouTube. The goat cheese is pretty good. I read that it also came with some kind of balsamic. Or something to that effect. These potato skins. The grilled cheese cheeseburger was a pretty big and filling meal. To the point where I felt somewhat tired after eating it. I had plenty of ketchup with the fresh French fries. They were warm and crispy. The second song I sang was one of my staples, if not the staple, Suddenly Seymour by Ashman Howard, from the movie Little Shop of Horrors. I'm glad to have at last managed to save up enough mana to get this main hall upgrade. karaoke party occurred, I figured, as usual, in the back party room. It was decorated just like for a birthday party. With the tables wrapped up in happy birthday stuff, there being a section for cake and whatnot. The part where the gifts were opened and the cake cut was from 8:30 to 9 p.m. They ended up going on for an extra hour till 10, which led to me submitting in a third song request. It ended up not happening though. I initially requested Strange Love by the Goo Goo Dolls. Which is the first song that worked it off with me and became a favorite of mine. I think I first heard it when I was either 6 or 8. Or maybe as late as 13. And at the time it seemed to have a magical property to it. Years later when it became a lost song to me, I would at times crave finding and listening to it again. Playing it in my mind. The karaoke host didn't have that song though, so we then requested Still Loving You by the Scorpions. Mom made that request for me without a slip though. So maybe it wasn't accepted because it wasn't official. Excuse me. At some point relatively early on, I had the Gingerbread Man Peeps. From on the living room couch near the Christmas tree. Of which it's still up, but not plugged in, so the lights aren't on. Oh yeah, earlier today I went for the whole postal board so that I could get an artifact for Boblin's Express service. Doesn't really make sense to evolve the building now though, since It's currently 9 hours away until I can do a production pickup, and evolving it would reset the production counter. There were two kinds of cake at the birthday karaoke party event. There was a marble cake, which to me looks like a combination of vanilla, two pieces of vanilla cake with a piece of chocolate cake in the middle. At least that's what it looked like to me. And a cookie cake, of which I had one piece. The karaoke birthday party was my first opportunity to try out BTB's December cocktail specials, of which the first one was the sleigh bells, followed by something that was referred to as a Grinch cocktail. A Grinch martini, I mean. By our server. Who was female, but I don't believe that particular martini is called a Grinch martini. I think it's called a something else martini. And then the last drink I had was a ginger beer special that was called a Yule Mule, which was essentially ginger beer with cinnamon, lime garnishes, and a fresh cranberry. I only ever noticed one cranberry in there, even when I got to the point where I was chewing ice, as I do for all of my drinks. That I get at these establishments with liquor or alcoholic beverages. The sleigh bells was supposed to have a cookie, but maybe by that they meant on the rim, since I noticed on the rim there was some kind of powdery cookie dough. And for the quote-unquote Grinch martini, since I don't recall its official name, when I got the second drink, I didn't look at the cocktail specials again. It arose out of me asking what martini specials they had. After the December drink special menu was taken away from us, since we made an order. As usual, I worked on a styrofoam drawing in between karaoke songs. And this one being something I started right before we left for BTBs. We left around 5:15 p.m. since Mom had to do a couple quick errands before we went to BTBs. In order to prepare for us going to the event. One of these included going to the bank to try and deposit a check and withdraw some money, but it seemed the bank was closed, so instead money had to be withdrawn from an ATM at BTB's. While I worked on the styrofoam drawing, I was drawing in the black hair with a Sharpie marker. The Sharpie accidentally slipped out of my hand and I made a mark on it, which spooked me for a bit, but then I simply just used that mark to draw in the nose, turning a mistake into a happy little accident. While I was at BTB's, I drew in nearly all of the remaining details, including the clothes, and colored the jacket a shade of green from the Cosmic Colors collection of 5 Sharpie markers of different colors. That was part of the Christmas presents I received some days ago. It seemed to me like everyone did some different songs, and maybe it just felt like everything was different because there were some different singers, which included Austin and his friends, one of which has a pretty good deep singing voice. That did him well on some songs I've heard before, as well as some new ones. I think it was roughly 9 or so in the morning. Or maybe either 11 in the morning or 1 p.m. when Mom made me some raisin toast with peanut butter on it. It was pretty enjoyable, and this was after I had done some snacking. As a result of all the snacks we have from celebrating Christmas,